It is the Riot Podcast. Good Wednesday to you. July 6th is when we are doing this.
Did anybody hear any fireworks last night, or we think our areas are done?
It was quiet at my place.
Yeah, me too.
I think we're done.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, it's
Unless
one
we're
thing.
waiting Friday.
Well,
no.
Maybe that's when they'll shoot off the stragglers. I think when you have when it's a long weekend, so you had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, and some people started even earlier than that.
Sure.
You run out of fireworks at that point.
you
As
hope.
opposed to if it fell in the middle of the week, then Wednesday would be fireworks day, but then you might still have leftovers.
We had so many that I heard on Monday that I do feel like it was almost towards like 11 to midnight when they're like, well, let's just use them all. So
Yeah.
Might as well send them off now. We're not going to use them another time this year.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, hopefully everybody's enjoying your week. And yes, we're still thinking about that Monday off. That was good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
And then today during the show, we talked about how it is National Fried Chicken Day. Went over some of our favorite fried chickens of the crew.
Was there any that we missed when we talked that we need to give some shine to now?
You know, I guess unless you're picking a restaurant that just has fried chicken, like good fried chicken there, but it's not the only thing they make.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just trying to think right now. I think we covered most of the really good ones.
You know what? I could go back to the fried chicken tender debate.
Yeah.
Because somebody did text in. I said one of my rules in life is that it's not fried. It's not a fried chicken restaurant if it doesn't have fried chicken with the bone in it. And somebody said, well, it is fried, isn't it? If it's a tender, isn't Raising Cane's fried chicken? Because it is fried. It is fried. But if someone says to you, I want fried chicken, you're not gonna give them a chicken tender. You're gonna give them a drumstick or a breast. Yeah,
Probably.
So I think that really sticks with me.
I understand your
I really stick
argument.
by that.
I don't think it's as strong as like you hate Christmas versus 4th of July.
Yeah.
I think it is there.
There's less of a debate.
What was the place we went for your birthday a while ago that had the fried chicken and then you poured the hot honey over it? The Buffalo place.
Harry Buffalo?
Harry Buffalo.
Harry Buffalo. I love that place.
Harry Buffalo.
The hot honey chicken's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would say for me, would you say you're more likely to get chicken tenders or fried chicken?
Usually chicken tenders just because it's easier, I feel like, but it depends on the place you're at.
It does. It definitely depends on the place.
Because I'm a big Cane's fan. Like, I really like Cane's. I feel like, but I also do like fried chicken as well. I feel like I probably would lean chicken tender over fried chicken, just because sometimes, like with the wing and stuff, it's just like a lot. Like to have to dig through with the bone in there.
It
I
feels
prefer
like
it without.
You're getting it's different now because the tenders can shrink in size, where a chicken is still the same size. Right.
Cane's, we are shrinking.
Like, you can only the
just getting
drumstick, the
crunch.
thigh, they can only get so small usually. So you're still getting. It feels like you're getting more meat.
But I think though, like if I go to like a wing place. Like, if I get, like, the fried fingers at, like, a place that does wings, I feel like you always get your best bang for your buck doing the fried fingers versus, like, the boneless wings or the traditional wings. Because it's just always, like, a big chicken tender. And it always just feels like they're massive and they're always less expensive. And so every time I'll get fried fingers.
They're always full of, like, fillers, too. So.
Precisely, yeah. How much chicken are we getting versus just, like, whatever the air is they pump into there to make them big?
Well, feel free to text us when you're listening to it to tell us if we missed out on your favorite chicken place, because, man, we are always up for new ones to try.
Yeah.
So you just text 877 to Radio U and put it's from the podcast.
Yeah, we also kicked it off in the beginning by talking a little bit about vitamins. And Hudson, it sounded like you were a little bit questionable on if you think vitamins actually work.
Well, yeah. What is the proven? What's the science behind them actually working?
I feel like it's pretty well known that vitamins are like a thing that people use.
I know people that use them. That doesn't mean
like
they
vitamin
do it.
C,
They really
like,
do anything.
Like when you're sick, you take a little bit of vitamin C, like one of those little drinks, you swish it around. It just makes you feel better.
You're always supposed to have vitamin C, though. And you just get it naturally, is what I'm saying.
Well, I think enough people don't get it as naturally. And some people do, like, here's Isaiah, and then there's other vitamin people. And I think when you get to the other side and you're like 5 or 6 or 10 bottles in,
right,
and you take all these different ones, then it might not be doing as much as you're hoping that it would do.
That's what I don't really, I mean,
But
if you want to get your vitamin D.
like your daily multivitamin, you know, that kind of
fine.
stuff, your one a day, whatever it is. That's like, you know.
I mean, you can
little
take
health,
it.
little
I just don't
booster.
know what that really does. But I mean, for you take your vitamin D. I just feel like you could get all the vitamin D you need from milk.
I
don't, like, for me, I don't drink milk.
Yeah. So you can get all the vitamin D you need from sunshine.
I don't go in the sun.
Look at
So
us.
Nikki is the one. She should be taking the vitamin
so,
D.
I just feel like that stuff, like and like the zinc that I take too, is supposed to help like my immune system because I was so
You get
sick
all
for so long. You know.
All the zinc you need is in breakfast cereal.
Well, here, this sounds
Well, I
too.
don't need
You're
breakfast
sounding
cereal.
too prideful here. Okay, like you have it all fine.
You know, I just like to make sure that my body is healthy because I went so long. I was sick every single day for like months and months in the winter, and so now I'm no longer sick anymore because I started taking vitamins.
Or it's just because that was during the winter.
No,
We're
Nikki.
back with it.
yeah.
Vitamins. I can control the camera. Vitamins.
Well, I guess we'll just see. Time will tell. But please enjoy the podcast today. The vitamin part is also up if you go to RadioU Official. If you follow us on TikTok, you can get little clips of the show most days. So please make sure to follow us there.
That's all I've got to say.
See you guys.
Bye.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Let's say it's about time Subway got a refresh, isn't it?
Are they rebooting?
They need a fresh start. And so they're getting it. They are unveiling what they call their new Subway series of sandwiches. 12 all new sandwiches.
So Subway back in the day used to be like the top thing.
Well, there's a lot of them. It doesn't mean that they're the best in any way.
I think it used to be like the number one franchise.
Okay. Well,
And-
there's a lot of franchises.
That's true. And then something happened and people didn't like Subway as much anymore. And they have been trying to come back
Yeah.
ever since then.
I was watching a thing on Subway. It was last week tonight. They said that the guy who started Subway, that was all a part of his business plan, was to just make it seem like there's a million Subways everywhere. Because if you make a lot of them, then it looks like you're successful. And it worked.
I guess
for
it
a really
did.
long time.
Until people realized,
People
hey,
were fooled.
we're not going there anymore.
And so now you might remember it was about a year ago they did the Eat Fresh refresh, and so they kind of revamped. Well, they really revamped their menu then. Now they're kind of revamping it again with 12 brand new sandwiches, and they say that they are also unveiling a new ordering system. Because
that means problems.
I think people were confused by how to order a sandwich at Subway beforehand.
We weren't confused. I just got tired of having a bad attitude from whoever was putting together the sub.
Yeah.
And then they'd be right in front of you and you'd calmly explain what you would like and everything would still be wrong.
Yeah. So
you're
now
like, how's that possible?
it sounds like they don't want to customize it for you anymore. Because they say instead of picking your ingredients and toppings through the ordering process, through
your walkthrough?
Yeah. Now you just say either the sandwich number or name, and then 6 inch or foot long, and then that's it.
I'm sorry, what, where? I sometimes don't like certain things.
I know. I mean, I don't know if they're still going to do it right there in front of you, and you can stop them and go up, no tomatoes. I don't know. Yeah, but I feel like they're not going to like it if that's my attitude. But you know what?
That's worse.
My attitude is that I'm not going to go. So I don't care. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to go. I don't even care if they're giving away 1 million free Subway sandwiches next Tuesday.
You're just not
still
gonna
not going to go.
One time, it was the most impressed I think I ever was with Eric. We were at Subway. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And the guy just had no love for his job whatsoever. And
it's probably hard to love a job at Subway.
No, but you still want to be nice and kind.
Yeah,
and
sure.
He wasn't into what he was doing. And so it was some sort of spicy sauce that came with whatever special one it was.
Yeah.
And man, it just went just completely out of the tube all over it. And Eric was like, hey, maybe not so much. And the guy was like, well, yeah, what about it? So he just asked him to, kind of take a little bit off. And then he goes, and it comes back out again. And Eric walked out of Subway.
He just turned around right there. That's amazing.
I was left there I think I'll just get mine.
No, you did not stay and get your.
What am I going to do?
You go somewhere else.
I don't like confrontation.
That's why you got to walk away.
I can't walk away like that. But I was like, I think you guys weren't communicating right.
Yeah, man, they have some trouble at Subway to say the least. But I mean, they're trying to, as a company, figure that out. But I think it's really up to each franchise how bad it can get.
Well, now you're not going to customize it. Now I don't know what to do.
I mean, they have to customize it, right? But they're just making this like, oh, it's so much simpler than telling us what you actually want.
Well,
you tell us what you want and then tell us what you don't want. I don't know. Just I don't know. They're probably at the end of the day not all that different. They're just trying to make it sound different. Because I'm looking at the sandwiches too. There's 12 new. They say all new sandwiches. They don't look like anything unique or different, or
it's like Taco Bell. You have the same ingredients. They're just putting it together different.
There's the meatball-y ones, the chicken-y ones, the club sandwiches, and then the cheesesteak.
How to explain it?
Yeah, that's it. That's what they're doing. They do like 4 types of sandwiches.
So that starts on July 12th. I guess we'll see what happens. If you're still into Subway, they're really trying to get you back.
It is crazy. The Subway, there are a million of them. And it is just, out of all the fast food places, you'll always find people like, oh, I still love Taco Bell. The people who wear Taco Bell merch and all this. You just got the people that are in love with it, with any different fast food place. You don't hear anybody saying that about Subway.
Just there.
Except that Jared guy. That didn't work out so well.
So the menu is now 4 categories. So cheesesteaks, Italianos, chicken, and clubs. And then there's 3 new sandwiches within each category. So you see how difficult it sounds?
Yeah. It's why you have to complicate things.
I'm sure it's easier when you're in there.
Yeah. It's easier to just not go.
Pull an Eric. Just turn around and walk right back out.
Yep.
Find more Riot content online. Riot.radiou.com.
So Stranger Things season 4 just wrapped up. I'm assuming you haven't finished it yet.
No, I'm still 1 left on the first volume and then the final 2 on the second volume.
All right. You're getting there.
Yes,
Slowly
but surely.
You will be done by the time season 5 comes out, whenever that may be. Actually, I saw an update on that.
Yeah.
Because the Duffer Brothers have been doing a million interviews, and we're about to talk. They created the show. They're behind it all. And they said they're supposed to begin writing in August for season 5.
Sorry, what? We haven't written it yet?
No.
What?
Not
that
written.
far behind?
Not written.
Wow.
So I believe season 5 will take place in a senior center.
Okay, because they're so old.
Yeah, they've not gotten started on that one yet, which is, I'll just say, how do I want to put this? Season 5 cannot start. This is one of the things they've said that is different before we get to the other news, is that if you think about the previous Stranger Things, there's always like an ending to the show and then the season, and then there's somewhat of a gap at least before where in the next season when you pick up, there's some time that has passed. And with season 4 and season 5, it's not going to be that way. So they say season 5 is going to be a lot shorter, but it's supposed to pick up right at the end of where season 4 ends. So supposedly everybody's supposed to be the same age. That's going to be hard to pull off.
They got to hurry.
When you haven't even started writing it yet. And this was already filmed some time ago. So I don't know what they're doing. But hey, it's working. So they do say that season 5 will be, they expect it to be, although they haven't started writing it, a lot shorter. But one of the other things they were talking about is season 5 will be the final season for Stranger Things. But you can't just kill this cash cow like that.
No way.
Yeah, right. So the cow's saying, moo, I'm still cranking out a lot of money.
Moo money.
So a Stranger Things, at least one spinoff series will be happening. And in, again, one of these recent interviews they've been doing, they say that it is not expected that they are going to pick up with one of the characters from the show.
A lot of people were rumoring Levin or Steve.
Yeah, and I've seen some people, David Harbour, the character who he plays Hopper, he was talking about what if they made a prequel for him, which I don't know if that would be very interesting. So but the Duffer Brothers, creators of the show, said, we don't think we're going to do that because we've already done so much with these characters. Like, we're trying to tell you and explore everything there is to explore with them during the show. So we want it to be something that's connected, but not directly, like in the universe, but not directly connected with the characters.
So they're saying that, yes, there'll be Stranger Things spinoff series. It's not about 11, Steve, or others, and that it's 1,000% different.
Yeah.
So considering since they are just writing the final 5th season, I'm not expecting anything anytime soon.
No, definitely not.
They got to focus on that
Don't
first.
get your hopes up. They also say that it doesn't look like they are going to be directly involved Although
And the spinoff stuff?
yeah, they're definitely not going to be like the showrunners for it. Of course, I don't know if they get consulted or whatever, but it sounds like they're not going to be writing. They're not going to be directing any of that. They want to pass the baton to somebody else so they can do other things.
No, it feels like what they're saying is they haven't, signed a contract for it yet. And they haven't, committed to it, but I'm sure something will change.
And this might help Netflix or help them out in the negotiations that if what they're saying is true, that it doesn't sound like it'll be very good either.
Who knows?
It'll be literally nobody that's involved with the actual Stranger Things that we all know and love. And it's going to be nothing like that. This
I don't know
great.
if it'll be out when we're alive,
No.
so it's all right.
Yeah, that's right. We don't even have to worry about it.
It'll be a long ways down the road.
This is The Riot. Radio U.
Isaiah, I've called you in because you're our health nut around here, wouldn't you say?
I would say of the three of us, possibly, comparatively so.
I see you in there taking in the break room, putting protein in your pancakes and taking all these powders and shakes and whatever.
Have you seen the daily vitamins?
The vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
I do take daily vitamins,
You
yes.
got a regimen
How
you're
dare
on?
you.
As everyone should.
Should we?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm sold on that, but I'm telling you right now, you got to watch what you're doing with those.
Being careful, huh?
Yeah, you need to. You might want to cut back.
The vitamins or the protein powder?
The vitamin. Well, you can overdose on anything, right?
That's true.
You can have too much protein. Maybe I don't know what happens when that happens, but I do know now what happens when you take too much vitamins. Because this is exactly what happened to a guy in the UK who, for about 3 months, he had been dealing with a variety of horrible symptoms like vomiting, diarrhea.
Oh, thanks for sharing your
abdominal
symptoms.
pain.
Okay.
Dry mouth, tinnitus. You know what that is?
The ringing of the ears.
And
got
Well, how'd you even know that?
You didn't know?
I thought it was tinnitus. Is that not what it was?
I think it's tinnitus. I don't know.
Whatever it is. How'd you know
Yeah.
that?
I just, it's just one of those things you file away in your head, right?
Well, you need to. Our ears are our money makers in some way, so we need to be aware of them. And finally, leg cramps. Plus, he had lost about 30 pounds. So it sounds like it was going well, his routine.
He probably at first thought, like, I'm finally getting it.
Yeah, so finally figuring out
This is what it's supposed to be like. I just got to push through, right? The first few days are the hardest.
You go to your doctor and tell them, they're like, you lost 30 pounds? Okay, great.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, wait, I'm throwing up every day.
Yeah. So, that's not supposed to go that way. So
Was he allergic to a vitamin or
he
what
wasn't
was it?
allergic. He just took way too much. He after they, doctors ruled out everything that you would normally expect because those are, you can get those symptoms from a lot of things, but they ruled out infection. They ruled out everything. They finally found that he had an acute kidney injury.
Oh, no.
And that was brought on by having much too high levels of vitamin D. And then he also had a lot of calcium, which is a common sign of having way too much vitamin D.
So he had a vitamin D overdose.
His apparently it is caused by he had a nutritionist that recommended he take just a battery of vitamins and supplements. And so he was taking over about 10 times the daily recommended dosage of vitamin D.
No wonder he wasn't
was taking
feeling good.
50,000 milligrams, it looks like a day of vitamin D.
Why?
You don't need 50,000 milligrams of anything in your life.
Check your vitamins, Isaiah. What do you have?
I have vitamin D. I take every day. I take it every day.
Uh-oh.
That sounds like my lifestyle. Vitamin D, and then what? Do you calcium from milk? That sounds like that sounds like my
You're
main
in trouble.
intakes. And then I also take zinc too, just to keep the sicknesses away. But I will say, ever since I started taking vitamin D and zinc every day, I haven't been sick in here in a while.
That's been true.
Because I was, but there was like a month-long or like 5-month-long period where I was sick every morning. And since I started taking those, I've been feeling good every day.
I feel like you're hitting the right amount then, because I think you would know if you were taking that much.
Yeah, you're tap dancing on a tightrope right now.
Oh my gosh.
You start taking if you take one extra vitamin D pill, all of a sudden you lost 30 pounds and you're vomiting everywhere.
Yeah, when you guys see me hanging out in the bathroom all day, I come in really skinny. You'll know what's happening.
And you're just like, my legs.
Yeah, I've been cramping for whatever reason. I haven't been able to figure it out yet.
I'll
just be like,
maybe because I'm taking 12 too many vitamin D pills.
just be like, hold up, doc. I've got this one.
I know what
it's
you got.
vitamin D overdose. But it is scary because they say that
he was hospitalized for like 8 days.
Right, because it looks like once you get vitamin D in your system, you get that much. It takes a while for your levels to come back down. So even though they got his calcium levels back down low pretty quickly, vitamin D is like absorbed into your body in a different way. It gets into your fatty tissues. And so they say that he was still dealing with that for a little while before they finally were able to cure him. So I guess he's learned a valuable lesson.
I know this is a good lesson for everybody, but I feel like us expecting any of us listening to overdose on vitamin D, we'd have to be taking vitamin D in the first place.
Yeah.
And I think there's very few of us.
Hey, you know what? I get my vitamin D the good old natural way.
Sunshine?
Yes.
Sunshine. I think he needs a new nutritionist is what he really needs. You can come to me, brother. One pill is enough.
Just read the bottle.
We tend to not.
Is this good enough?
If we have instructions on the bottle, we tend to not stray away from those too much. Like, I see that it's telling me to take one. I think I'll take 10 today.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
I see the, like you read the ibuprofen or the cold medicine, anything like that, and I adhere to that. Because
You're strict with it?
If I take one more NyQuil than it recommended, who knows what could happen.
You're not making it into the show. That's what's happening.
Exactly.
And then if I'm losing you because you got leg cramps, like we got to really be safe with what we're taking.
Hudson, Nikki, The Riot on Radio U.
You thought that the holidays were over. You thought after 4th of July, what is there to look forward to? Labor Day? But I tell you today that it is a special day.
What's today?
Today is National Fried Chicken Day.
Hey.
Yeah.
A great day.
It is a wonderful day. So,
how come you didn't bring any fried chicken then?
Well, Hudson and I had talked about it, and he was like, I'm not much of a fried chicken fan. I was like, it's okay. We won't tell Nikki. And then
people
we
can
started the story.
obviously tell that you're making that up because I'm a huge fried chicken fan. But the obvious answer is there's no fried chicken places open at this hour of day.
And
that's a good answer.
I don't think we should go ahead and fry our own fried chicken in the break room. I think we'll get in trouble for that.
And it wouldn't be as good as many fine establishments we could get fried chicken from, which I'd like to hear. I'd like people to text in, what's your favorite fried chicken place? 8772 Radio U.
I think we normally all have a favorite.
While you work on that, I will tell you that I was trying to look if there's any fried chicken deals today. You would think, right? Wrong. Not a single good deal to be had on fried chicken.
That's because I think fried chicken, or at least chicken, has been hit hard by the increasing price. And
we've all been hit hard, all right.
I know, but the chicken has too, and so they're not doing any deals because they don't want to.
Oh, would it really kill KFC to get a few extra people in the door by being the only fried chicken place today that was doing a fried chicken deal? You look around the landscape, you say, well, Church is not doing a deal. Popeye's not doing a deal. We'll give away a free drumstick.
Give something.
All of a sudden, lines out the door. But nope, they couldn't be bothered. So if everybody wants to text in with their favorite fried chicken place, 8772 Radio U. Nikki, what's yours?
For fried chicken, it's this place at Vanderbilt called McDougal's.
Okay.
So it's not, you have to be in the area.
Home of the Golden Arches. No. The Golden Arcs.
That's McDowell's. You're close to it.
McDowell's.
So I think that's good. I'm trying to think locally. What do we think our favorite places are here without being like a chain? Sometimes it's hard if you don't want to pick a chain.
I don't know. I'll say the first thing people need to understand about fried chicken is sometimes it can be the best coming from a grocery store.
Yeah.
Than actually a fast food
like
place.
The hot bar?
Yeah, like the deli fried chicken. Some grocery stores do that really well. There's a place in Maryland where I grew up. Everybody knew this was the place to get your fried chicken. Trout's.
Really?
Trout's Market. They knew their way around a chicken.
Is that like a Piggly Wiggly or?
Oh, no, it's just, it's a lot more.
It's the fish version?
Yeah, it sounds like that's what it sounds like.
That's just their last name. And you know what? They put up with jokes like that for years. And I think Mr. and Mrs. Trout and their son Travis and whoever else is in their family would, I think they've had enough of that.
That's my bad. I'm sorry.
But Kenny's also another grocery store that was a small chain that did amazing. Well, I mean, I'm assuming they still do. Haven't had it in a while. Great fried chicken. Even Giant Eagle, their fried chicken.
I think
That's a big
Kroger's is
chain.
pretty good.
Kroger's is
Kroger's
good.
not
I think
bad.
theirs is pretty good. We would get that pretty regularly at the household. My parents would go and get that. But my favorite fried chicken is definitely Jordan's.
Ooh, I
Jordan.
don't think I've had
I
that.
What's that?
love Jordan's. You guys never heard of like Jordan's fish and euros?
No.
Never?
No.
And euros?
Yeah.
It's got everything?
It's got everything. It's such a good dry rub. Oh man, I can't even explain it. It's just
A
fantastic.
dry rub on a fried chicken.
Jordan's fish and euros. All right. Look at all these new places we can look at.
Yeah, they've got a great dry rub spice on there that when I was in college, I would get it all the time because there was one like right next to my university.
Well, I'll have to. Is that a chain though? Did you say?
Yeah, it's a chain.
It's a chain.
It's in Columbus.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's in Columbus. I think it's it's mainly like a Midwest thing. I
Midwest.
think I would say Midwest. I saw some that were down south as well when we would go on vacation down there. So it's a little bit. It's just some of our radio use stations. If you guys maybe you'll find it somewhere.
Okay. Did you find it, Nikki?
I did. I looked it up.
It's
And
nearby.
I also found my other favorite one, fried chicken bang.
What's
that one's
that?
good.
Yeah, what?
It's got chicken sandwiches, fried chicken bang.
See, that was another thing. I was looking at a list of like the top, or there's a map going around of like the top fried chicken places. And I want to say that one of my cardinal like top rules of fried chicken is if it doesn't have bone-in chicken, that's
You
not
don't
fried
want
chicken.
it. I know.
That's
I
chicken
know.
tenders are not fried chicken. Raisin
know.
Cane's is not fried chicken.
It still
it's
counts.
good.
It still counts, so I think.
No,
But
there's
we're-
a big distinction.
Basically, we're doing everything but picking KFC.
Yeah.
Hey, I like
KFC will
KFC.
do.
I know
KFC will
sometimes
do.
it's good. Sometimes it's good.
I have a text in here from who was that? Joey, who said Giant Eagle's picnic chicken.
Oh, is
That's
that
a good
good?
choice.
That's the one?
And let's see, what else do we got in them?
Oh, Viola says best fried chicken ever. My mom's and her mom's.
that's-
Oh, you
I
need to
believe
make us
that is true. I
Recipe
believe
handed down.
that is true. My favorite is for chains, Popeyes, obviously the clear best, and Roy Rogers on the East Coast, underrated. They need to expand. And I already gave you my like the places I
thoughts on
grew
the
up on the
others.
like smaller places that'll do a good fried chicken for you. I'm seeing here. I've got a list. I've got a survey. Popeyes was the top favorite in this survey by Mashed. It says 29% said Popeyes. And again, this is where I have to start complaining because KFC was a close second, and then Raising Cane's was third. Not fried chicken.
You're not counting it.
No. Church's next, and then Zaxby's.
Zaxby's?
Yeah,
Same
you're
thing.
right, Jax-
Same thing as Cane's. Zaxby's the exact same thing as Cane's.
What do you mean? It tastes the same, or they don't do they do the tenders only?
They pretty much do tenders only.
I've only been once. I guess I didn't realize.
There's a Jollibee, and a couple other places are Bojangles. I just always like saying Bojangles.
I was disappointed in their chicken the time I had it.
I haven't been there yet.
Their biscuits, though. Biscuits are fire. So, and any good fried chicken place should have some good biscuits.
That is true.
So we've talked, we haven't talked enough about fried chicken, but we do have to pull the plug on this.
Excuse us, guys. We got carried away.
We could do a whole 3-hour show on fried chicken.
Yes, we could.
And if any day was the day, today would be the day, but we got to move on.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.